Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Lean Six Sigma for everyone. Today I am going to talk about 8 types of waste. These 8 types of waste exist in any process, any organization, and today's session will help you to understand which type of waste exists in your current process, your current processes or project and program. So let's get into the details. So most common 8 types of waste that we have, and we commonly call it as downtime. So here D represents as defect, O as in overproduction, W as in waiting, N as in non-utilized talent, T as in transportation, I as in inventory, M as in motion, E as in extra processing. Let's deep dive into each segment and understand how it impacts the business and processes. So the first one is defect. The defects are directly waste for any process. Therefore, all the organizations in the world, they try to minimize the defects, eliminate the defects. And what are the defects? Any product, services, offering which are not meeting the customer requirement are a defects. Very important that defects are minimized so that the wastages is not occurring in a high amount. And these defects are not only creates the waste in the process, that's also very dangerous for any organization because that can impact their brand value. So let's move on to the another type of waste, overproduction. How come the overproduction can be a waste in the process? So it could be a good thing, right? If I supposed to produce 10, let's say, and I produced 15, isn't a good thing? No, that's not a good thing, because when customer demands only 10 product and you produce 15, that means you are over produced 5 items and customer is only going to buy 10. So 5 will be end up as a waste or it goes into inventory. So very important to follow the pull method here. So pull method is produce as per the customer demand, and we can call it in another tool that we can use it from the lean to eliminate overproduction, that is just in time, right? Just in time approach is to eliminate the inventory and produce what is required. So let's move on to our next inline, waiting. Waiting is another type of waste. So in any processes, in any organization, any business, for any reason, if things are waiting to happen for XYZ reason, that's a waste. For example, you are waiting your internet connectivity to get stored so that you can start functioning. Till the time you are waiting means you are unproductive, you are not doing anything, that is a waste. Or some breakdown happened, some maintenance things happened. In that way you are waiting things to recover, things to be normalized, and then you will start functioning. There are many types of waiting you can have in the organization, and you need to find those. What are those waiting that leading to waste in the organization? If I have to tell you a tool which can help you to identify and eliminate or reduce waste, is you can go for value stream mapping. So when you break down your process into a flow or the steps, then you can easily understand in which step or which activity you have more waiting time, and then you can start looking out for solutions. Alright, so please make sure that you are not having too much of wait time in your process. Any kind of services you are offering, be it's a ticket, it's a call, or it's a report to go, any type of waiting to happen is a waste. So make sure that you are not contributing something from your side, that somebody is waiting some report or some data, some email to go from you, and then only they get into action. So that person is waiting. So we have to think from that perspective, that it's leading to a wastage. So we have to work on eliminating wherever is possible. So let's move on to the another type of waste that can happen in any organization, is non-utilized talent. So what is non-utilized talent or not utilized talent? So many times we can see or experience in the organization, we put some team member on some task which are not their interest area, not their expertise area. So the contribution to that task is very minimum. So many times we have seen and you might have experience as well, you put some team members, high skilled team members, I'll say, to a very low level of work. So in that way, what happens is the expertise of their level is not used in a rightful manner, and that lead to a dissatisfaction, that lead to the churnout, that lead to waste in the organization. Very important is identifying the resources capability and aligning the job and roles accordingly. This is very important thing in the organization. All right, so make sure, if you are a team leader, you are a manager, you are in a leadership role in your team, you are assigning the task according to the people's skill set. That will help them, team members, to learn and grow. And sometimes it do happens that team members are without the task, without the responsibility. So that could also happen. So the proper work allocation is required in this case. Somebody is very much loaded with the work, some people are not loaded with the work. So this need to be balanced, very important, so that you are not having the not utilized people, not utilized talent, because it's not working in their working algorithm and not giving them any experience. All right, so let's move on to the next type of waste that we have is transportation. Many organizations, business, they try to minimize the transportation as much as possible, because they know transportation increases the waiting time, increases the TAT time. So, and the customer today are demanding, right? We know what level of services now companies are offering. You can take an example as Amazon. They are offering the delivery same day, within 24 hours, within 18 hours, 10 hours. So much of within limited time, they are delivering the product, services. So just think about it, how much they have optimized their waiting, transportation, and another type of process, another type of activities. So they have eliminated maximum waste from their processes, because without doing so they cannot deliver the product within 24 hours, within 18 hours, within 10 hours. Just imagine, right? Those products comes from far away and comes from the warehouses, godowns that have to connect with the plant to warehouse to the boarding points, and then transportation, then again deboarding of the luggages or the items, then goes to again back to warehouse, and again from there distribute for the customer delivery. Lot of activities, lot of steps are involved. Despite that, delivery gets done within 24 hours, 18 hours, 10 hours, 5 hours. Just an example of lean Six Sigma approach. So very important in your organization, in your process, if you see that something taking away too much time in transportation, you have to think what can be done better. And Lean Six Sigma provides many tools, many methods, many different approaches that you can come up with this out of this transportation wastage. You can work on the better layout, you can work on the better flow, you can work on the better optimization of your work streams, so that the transportation things gets reduced. All right, I hope this is useful for you, that these tools you can use it to minimize the transportation wastages. Let's move on to the next type of waste, that is inventory, excessive inventory, right? So anything which is in inventory is a waste until it is sold. So very important, try to minimize the inventory as much as possible, because keeping inventory again needs lot of efforts, resources, maintenance, right? So much money will spend on maintaining warehouses, maintaining products, taking care this product should not get wasted due to the weather, due to the some climate or some other reasons. So a lot of maintenance activities are involved till the time product is sold. So if you keep minimum inventory in hand, so what will happen is you are not worried much about the market situation, right? You know that you are maintaining a rightful inventory as per the demand, as per the market need. So make sure that inventory is well aligned with your demand. It should not happen that you are having too much of excessive inventory, that will lead to your wastage and impact your working capital. So let's move on to the next type of waste, which is a motion waste. So how come motion waste can impact the organization? So again, any services, any product, any parts, if that is in motion, right, and if you have to move around too much to get that thing done, that's a waste. For example, you need a parts, okay, and that parts is coming from some distance. So every time you go and get the parts, you are consuming time, so you're wasting time. Instead of that, if the layout or your system or your availability of the parts are nearest to you, so what will happen is If it is near to your workstation or workplace, what will happen is you do not have to move much around, so it will be helping you to reduce motion. Now if you look at the car assembly line or vehicle assembly line, now you will notice maximum things will be around, right? Now many of the manufacturing things have been automated. Why? Because they have been kept at the same place, but major parts are being assembled in assembly line because all are being kept at one place. If you go back to 30-40 years back, that time the manufacturing of those vehicles used to take more time because motion was more involved. One work was happening one place, the another parts or another things are manufacturing at other place, so that was used to create lot of motion. Now we have seen those motion got reduced, but still in some or other form the motion do exist in many processes and organization. So very important to identify those opportunities and work on tools or system which can help you to eliminate that. All right, so let's move on to the next one in our waste process. So our next one is excessive processing. So what is excessive processing and why it is a waste? So excessive processing, which is also called as a gold plating, so means the product services offering that you are doing already meeting a customer requirement, but you are going ahead and adding more things to it, which is direct or indirect cost to the product or to your process, your organization, and not creating additional value. So that is a excessive processing. For example, if customer wants one product to buy, and for customer for that product value is $100, let's take an example, $100 for a customer is a value for that product. Now how much you go back and try to decorate, make a fancy out of that product, the customer is not ready to pay you more than 100 at any level. So very important is here you follow the steps, that you are not ending up putting up extra efforts, putting up extra cost, extra hours for the same thing. So it will be a loss for the process, it will be a loss for the organization. So make sure you are not ending up doing a excessive processing, which will lead to a waste in the process. Okay, I hope you understood well all these 8 types of waste, and when you go back to your respective work, you will try to look at the lens of Lean Six Sigma and see which waste exists in your process, and then again think, how can I go back and remove those waste using the Lean Six Sigma tools and methods. And if you need my help in this journey or anywhere in your program, projects or process, do reach out to me, ping me, comment me, message me. I'll be more than happy to help you. Okay, thank you for your time.